Hey, welcome to my legs and abs 20-minute dumbbell workout. There's going to be 2 sections to this workout. For section 1, we've got 5 exercises. We're going to do 3 rounds of it. And you're going to do 40 seconds on with a 10-second transition. Let's get ready to go with some goblet squats starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Make sure you're hitting a nice depth on your goblet squats without tucking your tailbone under or leaning forwards too much. You want your knees pushed out to the sides, so don't let your knees collapse inside of your big toes. You can see here I've got a nice upright back posture, so keep those shoulder blades pulled together slightly and keep your chest nice and high. Now we're moving on to a lateral lunge. We're going to do 20 seconds on each side with a quick transition and no break between sides. So I'm holding the dumbbell in my right hand and I'm lunging down towards the right side, bending the right knee. I'm sitting my hips back slightly, but trying not to excessively lean forward, avoiding any pressure on the lower back. We're going to change sides in 3 seconds, so get ready to switch. So switch the dumbbell to my left hand and I'm now lunging down onto my left leg. I'm going to keep my trailing leg, which for me is my right leg, straight. You definitely don't want to bend that leg for this. You only want to bend the leg that you're lunging with. Pick up your second dumbbell because we're going to go on to a dumbbell deadlift. You want a nice flat back for this and let the hamstrings stretch. You don't need to deadlift all the way down to the floor on this. Probably halfway down the shins is going to be enough for most people. Also, this is not a Romanian deadlift, so we do want to bend the legs towards the bottom of the movement, letting the quads assist with the lift. We don't want to stay too upright. We definitely do want you hinging at the hip, but make sure you are pushing into the floor and letting your quads help out also. Maintain a flat back throughout the whole movement, so there's no rounding of the upper or the lower back. You need to get onto the mat now. Take a single dumbbell, which you're going to put on your hips in the most comfortable position, and we're going to do some glute bridges. Push predominantly through your heels on this exercise. You also want to squeeze your glutes at the top and give it a brief pause. You also want to do a slight pelvic tilt, tucking your tailbone under and tucking your ribs down at the top of the movement. Gently touch your bum on the floor and then come straight back up into the next rep. Try and minimize the time that you spend on the floor and maximize the time you spend at the top of the movement, increasing the time under tension, getting better results from this exercise. No dumbbells needed for this next one. We're going to do a straight leg dead bug. If you can't do it with straight legs, put your knees at 90 degrees. The priority with the dead bug should be to keep your lower back in contact with the floor and also press down into the floor by engaging your ab muscles throughout the whole movement. If you're losing contact with the floor, you need to either re-brace or change to an easier variation where you'd have your knees at a 90-degree angle and your shins starting horizontal to the floor. Well done, that's the first round complete. We've got 2 more rounds to go of this first section, and then you move on to a shorter second section. Remember, for these lateral lunges, we're going to do 20 seconds per side with a quick switch between sides, and there'll be a beep on the 20-second mark. Well done for completing that first section. We're going to move on to a second shorter section now. You're going to need some lighter dumbbells for this if you've got them. So move to a lighter pair or adjust the ones you've got down. There's going to be 4 exercises in this section. You're going to do 30 seconds of work followed by a 10-second transition. Let's get started with some split squats. You're going to do 30 seconds and then you'll have a brief rest and then 30 seconds on the other side. So drop your back knee towards the floor. You can make contact gently with the floor or at least come close to it. If you're finding this too difficult, you could either hold one dumbbell at your chest or just do it with body weight is absolutely fine. Make sure that front knee isn't collapsing in towards your big toe, and also maintain even pressure on the front foot between the outside of your foot, the inside of your foot and your heel. Brief transition time where we're going to move to the other side. Time to come down onto the mat lying on your back with your dumbbells in your hands, ready to do some dumbbell sprinters. You're going to do a small reaching crunch, reaching the dumbbells up towards the ceiling. As you crunch up, you're going to tuck one knee into your chest. Don't try and sit all the way up, just reach the dumbbells up towards the ceiling, engaging your abs. When you're in the open position, you shouldn't be arching your lower back off the mats either. I like to maintain a small bend in my legs when they're in the extended position, but they want to be relatively straight. Get to your feet now with both dumbbells in your hands, ready to do some single leg Romanian deadlifts. I'm going to start on my left leg. Don't worry if you're struggling for balance. This one takes a lot of practice to do neatly. You want to unlock the leg of the leg you're standing on, but a common mistake is bending the leg too much as you come down into the Romanian deadlift. So although we do want to unlock the knee, try and keep the knee angle relatively fixed throughout the whole movement. We're going to switch over to the other side now for another 30-second interval. Try not to aeroplane your hips. By that I mean try not to turn your hips out to the side. You want to keep them square to the floor. The easiest way to do this, I find, is to focus on the back toes pointing down towards the floor. If you feel the back toes are pointing out to the side, you're probably also twisting your hips to the side. Lie on your back on the mat now. We're going to do a variation of a bicycle crunch. I like to start with my heels on the floor rather than hovering the legs for this. And you're going to bring one knee off, turn your body, touch the opposite elbow on the opposite knee. And then when you open out, maintain a tight core position. So you're not arching your back every time you open the body out. You're maintaining that nice flat back throughout the whole movement. Almost at the finish now. That's round 1 of 2 done in the second section. So take a quick break and get ready to go for that final push. Well done for completing the workout. If you enjoyed it, do give it that thumbs up and hit the like button. Also, put in the comments which of the exercises did you find the hardest and which one did you enjoy the most. If you enjoy my content, do support the channel by subscribing and check out my playlists. I've got different playlists for different pieces of gym equipment, so I'm sure there'll be something there that you can get involved with, whether it's bodyweight, kettlebells, dumbbells or barbells. I'll have something that you'll enjoy.